Welcome to Real Business Stories with Francine. In our last episode, we looked at how business incubators work. We looked at the structure behind them, the support they offer, and why they play such a powerful role in helping entrepreneurs grow. We talked about mentorship, access to markets, the importance of networks, and the kind of training entrepreneurs receive inside an incubator. So today we step back and look at the bigger picture. In this episode, we focus on the business incubation ecosystem in Africa, what it looks like, where the growth is happening, and the major trends shaping the future of entrepreneurship on our continent. Africa has experienced a rapid rise in innovation hubs, in tech hubs, and business incubators over the last 10 to 15 years. So right now, the continent hosts over 600 incubation-related hubs. These include traditional incubators, accelerators, co-working hubs, research centers, and university innovation labs. Together, they form a support network that is helping founders move from idea to validation to pilot stage and eventually to scale. So this growth shows that African entrepreneurship is becoming more organized, more connected, and more ready to compete globally. When we look at incubation leadership in Africa, 4 countries consistently stand out, and these are South Africa, Kenya, Nigeria, and Egypt. These countries have the highest number of active incubators, the strongest investment networks, the largest concentration of startups, and the most developed support systems for early-stage businesses. Because of this maturity, many Pan-African programs and global partnerships anchor their operations in these countries. So they act as hubs that drive a lot of the growth we see across the continent. Incubators across Africa tend to focus on the areas where the continent needs solutions the most, and it makes sense. Number 1, they look at technology and fintech. This remains the biggest category. So we see incubators supporting apps, digital payment systems, software as a service product, and online platforms. Secondly, there's the agriculture and agri-tech. This sector is growing quickly because food security is one of Africa's biggest priorities. Incubators are supporting innovations in farming, in supply chains, and in agri-processing. And then thirdly, there is the green economy and climate innovation. There is such a rising focus on renewable energy, on circular economy ideas, waste management, and climate smart agriculture. Sustainability is becoming central to the continent's growth. And lastly, there is the social innovation. Many incubators are supporting solutions in education, in health, community development, and also in youth empowerment. So these programs often have strong donor support because they address social challenges directly. And these trends show that African founders are not just building businesses, they are solving real problems. Another important part of the ecosystem is the rise of regional networks. And a good example is BIC Africa, which helps strengthen incubators in Southern and Eastern Africa. They offer training, capacity building, and connections that help incubators improve their operations. So these networks are helping incubators learn from each other, share resources, and partner across borders. They also open doors to international support and global partnerships. So even though the ecosystem is growing, incubators across Africa still face several challenges. Number 1, there's the funding gap. There are funding gaps that exist. Many startups perform well during incubation, but when the program ends, they struggle to access follow-on capital. Secondly, it's the scalability barriers. The African market is highly fragmented. Different regulations, different customer behaviors, and infrastructure challenges make it even harder for startups to scale beyond. And then thirdly, it's the limited market access. Some entrepreneurs, or rather some startups, build good products but struggle to find corporate partners. They struggle to find large customers or distribution channels. And lastly, we have the policy and regulatory issues, which is really a problem for most startups. Not every country has policies that support early stage entrepreneurship, and this slows down innovation. The challenges affect both the incubators and the startups they support. So, the incubators that make the biggest impact tend to focus on two key areas. That is the market access and follow-on funding. On the market access, they connect startups directly to real customers, to industry partners, and corporate buyers. And on the follow-on funding, they build networks of angel investors, venture capital firms, and grant providers so that startups have a pathway after graduating. So they don't just train entrepreneurs, they create opportunities for them. So that's the big picture view of the business incubation ecosystem in Africa. It's growing, it's dynamic, and it's full of potential. But we still have work to do, especially when it comes to funding, scaling, and building strong market linkages. In our next episode, we'll continue to break down the realities of entrepreneurship and how support systems can help founders thrive. Thank you for watching Real Business Stories with Francine. If this added value to you, remember to like, to follow, and share. See you in the next episode.